Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Pillars of Eternity. Let's finish checking out Stalwart Village. We'll head off to the Temple of Andra real quick. In the last episode, we made a new friend. We're going to try him out. What do we got here? I'll find it without your help. I'm not giving up. You hear me? Charlatans. What's up, bud? A dwarf places his head down, arms crossed, still stopping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face smeared with dark grime and soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. Work my bloody hands to a stump in this place, and for what? Start with nothing, leave with less. What you yelling at? At idiots, that's who. And I'm as much to blame for believing them. Well, good riddance. I should have never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind, and come to find out you packed them away. But I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again, not after this. Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms, buried the memory of my past, they said. Now I don't have even that. I'll take it and give something of yours to Andra's gift bearers. You're quick. Wish I had those wits when they spoke to me of peace and redemption in the eyes of the goddess. Those priests, Andra's dogs, they said the goddess would forgive me, that some things are best left forgotten. Their leader left I believed her words, and another one of them, a gift bearer, took my medallion. And now they won't tell me where it is. Your problem is that you give meaning to a meaningless object. Here, let me show you something. I need one of your rings. And he throws it into the freaking lake. See, you're no worse off. Maybe there's something I can do about that. Not the kind of talk that I've grown used to in these last few years, I admit. The priests may pretend otherwise, but folks here tend to only look after themselves. I'd be surprised if they turn it willingly. I believe it's a sacred duty to cast offerings to the goddess someplace where they'd be forgotten. Better to find where they dropped them, I think. What's Lofta's role? She leads the group of crows. They took over the temple. Folks started to leave. Came to unburden those who sought to forget their misery, they say. And anything special about this medallion? Belonged to my sister. It was just a pretty trinket to her, to me. She's the last of my family, least that still acted like family to me. Did you give anything else to the priest? You understand its value, my armor, a set finer than I've ever seen, but worthless to an old dwarf. I have traded it for the medallion, but I was a fool to give them both. All right. And what about, what are you trying to forget in your past? That was a different life, better days until. It's my burden to bear, not yours. I thought I cast it away, but the memories I lost were all the wrong ones. Okay. I don't expect luck to grace me now, but if you find anything, I'll be here. Count on me. All right, we got another quest. Let's head inside. It's considered stealing. Andra welcomes you into her embrace. We're here to ease the pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. If you let the goddess help with your hardships, of course. I want to ask about Alkern's heirloom. The dwarf already asked. We gave him the counsel, and naturally, we can do that for you too. Ask what you will. He wants it back. Octran, how often we let the shadows of the past become burden even to others. That medallion weighs on Octran's mind. You're kind to help, but what he really needs is to cast away those memories. Okay, isn't that for him to decide? He did. He understood the solace that the goddess can give those like him. It was explained to him that many have second thoughts, but one does not withdraw something offered to the goddess. In time, the memories fade and they'll come to see the wisdom of their original pledge. His belongings, his past, now rests in Andra's realm to be forgotten, so that the wounds of the soul may heal. This is the will of the goddess. Her will flows in tides. Maybe Octran still needs the medallion to discover how to forget. For a moment, the priest scans the floor before her as in search for an answer. You're well versed in the intricacies of our faith. No use hiding anything from someone like you. There's no need to quarrel over the mysteries of the goddess. I'll tell you what you wish to know. Elkin's heirloom was taken by Ixtal, chosen gift bearer among us to be cast away in an offering to Andra. Only he knows where. Nice. You can ask him yourself, but he's on a trek through the mountains of Durkin's Battery. If you run into Exil, tell him he has an urgent duties to attend to. It's kind of hard to believe that only the gift bearer knows what their offerings go. Is it? Our goddess frees us from our earthly burdens. It's best only one of us knows where it's taken, lest we all end up suffering under their wings. Fair enough. Anything else? I'm going to tell her about Andra. A goddess of redemption, deep like an ocean, gentle as a mother. She's here to relieve her children of the darkest burdens. We came here to aid villagers, heal the wounds of the past that fester in their souls. Tell me about your gift bearer. He has business in Durgan's Battery. Those mountains are dangerous. If you insist upon carrying out the request of Akram, then that's where I'd search for answers. Okay. What about this guy? Young man dressed in sturdy leathers glares at you. He increases his face tan despite the scarce sunlight of the region. Suffer a slight twitch as you approach it. I have nothing for you. Seek with Lafada if you must. Okay. And everything else in here is considered stealing, so we'll leave that alone.
Does everyone else see that kraken?
No, we do not. You step outside, the heavy wooden door of the temple slams shut behind you. You hear something barring it from the other side. It sounds like the priests have engaged in an agitated conversation. You get the sense they're discussing you, but you're also certain the door is too thick to eavesdrop through, although there may be other places nearby where you can stand for a better chance. Ooh. The wooden shutters of the temple's window close tight, muffle a set of voices coming from within the building. Can't quite make sense of the murmur, but cracking the shutter door open would likely help. Let's unfasten the latch. Rusty iron latch holds the window shutters closed. With care, you'd be able to unfasten it without getting noticed. You carefully lift the latch from its metal hook. Halfway there, rusted iron rests with a screech. You freeze, listening to the voices, hope the priests didn't hear. Their conversation continues uninterrupted. Let's oil the latch a little bit. Twist around on oil, nudging the metal until the rust gives way without a sound. Carefully, you pull the window shutters open, let the voices flow through. You hear a man speaking, his tone agitated. You do that? I hope the mountains will do. What if Ix? The sentence cuts off as if the man were speaking on all sides of the room. Posey tells him instead, what then? He recognized LaFato's voice responding. Why would he? And with all those dangers near the battery, our gift bearer won't delay. I expect the. You always expect. Look where it's gotten us. A dying village, ogres at the walls. Ixel's not back yet, and I don't have his voices drops and seas muffling what he has to say. After a moment, Lafano left the replies. You think I wanted this? You think I'd known in advance? A pause ensues, intention growing until the priest's voice cuts in half. We can't wait for him. We must fish out the last batch quickly. After that, we'll decide. The man responds in a broken voice, barely audible. You only distinguish the last word. In russet wood pond, I'll go. Their exchange seems to end cautiously as you step away from the window of Andre's temple. Okay. Gift bearer or search the bottles of russet. Interesting. Who are you? The adventurer saved the village. So good of you to visit my humble wagon. That's business. Poor look at this place. Not much coin to be trading furs and fish. Came to White March because I assumed there would be no competition. I have none because there's nothing to compete over. Anything interesting in here? Potions. Got a lot of lockpicks and ropes and pry bars. Do I have? I do probably need to buy more lockpicks because I got rid of a loft and I think he had all of them in his inventory. I don't see. Let's buy a pry bar, grappling hook. Yeah, let's buy all 10 of them. Whatever. I think I can only buy one camping supply right now. What do we got to sell? Sell any weapon or clothing that doesn't have the filled in background. I don't want to do too much inventory management here, as fun as it is. It's not going to hurt to clean it up a little bit. All right, now he owes me money. Good grief, how many extra weapons did I have? Glad the stash is nearly unlimited. Yeah. Same thing for armor. Perfect. Let's trade that. I have a bunch more stuff you're going to have trouble selling. Logwatch Falls, Direwood, Russet. Okay. Head to the next house. Something happened here as well. So far, I think in this whole town, we've had one building where something didn't happen.
It must be soon. 2 days, no more.
Well, this guy's voice acted for some reason. This dwarf is busy staring into the fire, slowly puffing away on his pipe. As you greet him, he's visibly startled. His pipe clatters on the floor.
Sorry. Didn't hear you come in. My ears aren't what they used to be.
Who are you?
I'm Thiersch. I've lived here long enough that Kith have started calling me the Old Hunter. And that's about all I can say for myself.
Okay. Are you hurt?
Wasn't the ogres, I can tell you that. Put a few arrows in one of those and they generally have the good sense to back off.
Fair enough.
But I've been hunting this wolf for near a year now. A man-eater. Cunning, nasty thing. Every time I get close, it just slips away.
Interesting.
The beast has already claimed many lives. The first victim was my son, Saldrin.
Good. I can see why you want to take him down. Go on.
Got the better of me this last time. Distracted me long enough for one of its kin to turn up. Nearly bit me clean in half. I'm a few weeks out from trying again.
All right. Where's the beast?
It roams the russet wood out to the west.
Oh, we're going that
Seems
way.
to have decided the lake is a good place to find prey.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's picked off some scattered ogres from time to time. But mostly it's been going after hunters, travelers.
All right. No animal's gonna best me. I'll bring it down.
It needs doing. But I warn you, this beast is not to be trifled with. It must make its lair somewhere to the west. If you mean to go there, keep your wits about you.
Fair enough.
Watch yourself on the mountain. In these lean times, everything looks like prey to something.
Yep, I bet that is the case. All right, another quest. Looks like the White March intends to keep us quite busy. He's not done yet. So I think, yeah, we went to these houses already, so I think the bar and the hot spring are all that's left. Anything going on around the hot spring? Does not appear so.
Figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits.
I mean, we killed a good chunk of them.
I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me.
What's this about Havrick?
Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenlin liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the battery's open again. As if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be.
What's so special about this stuff?
They say a single drop changes your life. You'll never want to have a drink of anything else. Probably that's all rubbish, but it's supposed to be very good.
I see.
It's delusional is what it is. Point of fact, what with you dealing with ogres and everything, maybe you'd, be willing to help me out.
Over fancy booze. From saving the town to swiping liquor, there's progress for you.
Averick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on.
And what does stealing wine have to do with fighting ogres?
Well, Averick can be a little intimidating when it comes to his beverages. But otherwise, not much, I guess.
And what do I get out of this?
I'll pay you for it. I swear it. We'll split my wages. And the bottle, too, if you like. I just want to be able to say these lips have tasted the best the Ishamael Plains have to offer.
Anyone ever used to tell you you're a little strange, Rayfall?
Nothing so kind. You try living here a few years and see how you turn out.
Fair enough. All right, well, I have the option to steal a little booze from the bar while we're here. Yet another side quest. All right, bard, villager.
If they knew what was good for them, they'd be walking that fiery path instead of warming their hands at it.
Owena! Go check on that Orland. Make sure he don't steal nothing.
Ooh, still can't feel my fingers.
You have a unique name. What's
Thought
up?
I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh?
Actually, I was called here to help out.
As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
What happened to you?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. And picked up a good haul, too.
Fair enough.
So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called.
Huh.
Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
So what you gonna do now?
I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition.
Fair enough.
But you know how to navigate the wilds. You'd be able to find your way out there and back with no trouble, I'd wager.
Oh, I bet I could.
I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed.
So what specifically are we looking
Like
for?
I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Reginald told me another expedition came through before I arrived. Was that you?
Who? No, that would have been somebody else. We didn't meet with Renengild, or anyone else in town for that matter. We were operating on our own.
And where can I find your caravan?
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Lagufoth, you'll know you're close.
All right. Another quest. Do you have a unique name? If you stop talking, I'll be able to see. I don't even have the option to talk to him. Yeah, this bard. You have a unique name, huh?
Oh, it's you. I'm so glad you came by. I hoped I'd have the chance to thank you properly. They told me what happened. God's bless you, sir. I owe you my life. I know it was foolish of me to run in there. But this ring is all that I have of my family.
Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for some Phelan liquor.
Funny. Rayvold was just in here asking after the same thing. Guess that stuff really is popular. Averick has some, but he says the Fenland stuff's not for sale. And he's rigged up the cellar like a battlefield trying to keep people out.
Good grief.
Sorry. If anyone deserves a drink, it's you, sir. But I don't think I could convince him.
Oh, we surely wouldn't miss one bottle.
Oh, you don't know Haverick. He's liable to count them every night. Listen, Haverick showed me how one of the traps worked, so I wouldn't get too close if I had to pop down for supplies. I'm pretty sure I can disable it.
Okay.
Just give me a little time. And please don't get caught. I don't know how I'd explain all this.
Fair enough. Thank you for your assistance. It's considered stealing.
Never seen such a bloodbath. Feels like we got half the town's survivors in here, just drinking to forget it.
Yeah, that's probably pretty fair.
But I hear you helped drive the ogres out. Didn't know you furry folk had it in you.
Yeah, he seems kind of bigoted towards Orleans, so we'll see how that goes. And how would you know? I didn't see you fighting out there.
Didn't mean no offense. Don't know why your kind always get so touchy about things.
Oh, boy. He's gonna just agitate the crap out of me.
You're welcome to warm yourself here. Got hot food and cozy beds. Though your cousin seems to have holed up in one of my rooms.
Another Orland? I don't have a cousin here.
That's a relief. Can't see you having anything in common with a good-for-nothing layabout like that anyways. Showed up a few days ago, sticks his nose out of the back room just long enough to empty his chamber pot. Up to no good, I tell you. I'd like nothing more than to see him gone, but I don't want to ruckus over it.
And what makes you so sure he's trouble?
We get our share of lowlifes coming through here. Smugglers, fugitives, Kith looking to avoid the sharp eye of the law. Ways keeping to himself. Well, honest Kith sure don't have cause for it.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
I'd appreciate it. And I suppose I don't need to remind you that I don't want you to hurt him. I'm sure you can find a more discreet way of handling the problem.
Fair enough. And yet another quest. So he said in the back room. Is there a door I'm missing somewhere? Aha, here. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Assume you meant this room by the back room. Let's take a peek at the other ones. Yeah, nothing that isn't considered stealing. Same deal there.
Excuse me, was there something you need?
Alright. She's voice acted, but only has one line. That's suspicious. Wonder if she'll have something more important to do with a future quest or something.
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
This one hides something. His mind is a maze of fear. Alfric sent me to check on you. He disliked Orleans, so of course he thinks you're up to something.
He... what? Oh, no. No.
Is he going to be up to something? Come on, man.
Is she there? Did you see her?
Who are you talking about?
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she...
Ooh.
I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away. Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
Fair enough. As long as slavers haunt his steps, there can be no freedom for his spirit. Perhaps we should tell someone. Stalwart wouldn't stand for this.
Slavery may be illegal here, but I wouldn't be the first runaway to get nabbed in a town like this, while some local trapper gets a nice payday. Besides, you spoke with Havrick. I've kept to myself and paid on time, and he assumes the worst.
Yeah.
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haelmar. But the locals talk about a Raid Saren party camped west of town. It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
Yep, I'll take care of it, bud. Don't you worry.
Thank you. But be careful. She wouldn't have come alone.
I'm sure that's the case. All right, and that updates the quest Overstaying His Welcome, and we'll have to proceed with that next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have a good one.